All right, guys, we're back. Video back to back. Yes, going live. 2-in-1 here. Yeah, I tell you, got to make up for a lot of lost time and everything. So, guys, you're going to be seeing me probably this week, the rest of this week, and going to the next week. I may even be doing 2, maybe even 4 videos back to back, cutting off, take a little 5-10 minute break, just enough to reset figures up and everything like that. So, like I said, I got to catch up for a lot of lost time. And I got a lot of new pickups. And I really want to give each one of them good 10 to 15 minutes by themselves. Because one thing I hate doing sometimes is I got like 6 ideas for different videos, and then boom, instead of doing 6 different videos, I ain't gonna take it a lie. I mean, I take the easy road out and I throw all 6 of them in one video. And one of the negative things that comes out of that is usually it's got Mego involved, Star Wars may be involved, and then some wild card figures that I may throw in there. And unfortunately, with YouTube subscribers, you have your Star Wars people, you got your Motu people, and it's just, I'm like, my gamut is very widespread on what I really like. But there's a lot of most other people, I would say the 60%, they got their go-to thing, and anything else they might not care to watch it. So sometimes they, depending on what figure I'm holding up, depends on if they go watch that video. And if I got 5 or 6 things, and as soon as I go to number 2 item, they're gone. So it just kills me on the back end on people not watching the whole video, and then plus the videos get a bit longer if I've got 5 or 6 things to talk about. So, but today, guys, it's all about Super Knights, vintage, and repo parts. I'm going to be talking about that. Some people may like that, some people don't. That's your prerogative. But I'm just here. If you want some Super Knights of your own, I'm here to show you where to go and how to do it and save $1 or 2 until you can come across those parts that are vintage, that are in good shape and affordable. Whew, there goes the problem. Finding it in good shape, and then finding it at a decent price. That's the wild card in all this. So, number 1, I'm going to start right here with King Arthur. That was who on the picture. He's out of all 5 of these. This is probably, and there's nothing wrong with this character. I think he is cool. But out of the 5 of them, this is probably my least favorite, because when I think of King Arthur, I think of the 1981 Excalibur movie, and he was shelled out in all shiny armor. And he was not wearing purple robes and purple tights and bright yellow. He's been glamified here. And I just, but I know they made their own character back in the day, because King Arthur is one of them, and Excalibur's all of them things. You can do your own version and not fringe on anybody else's property, because it's all in public domain. So even though I do like this character, I think one day I'm going to be making me a repo version of this. And this is not the original. He looks almost, versus the vintage, this is probably almost 95% accurate, but he's all classic TV toys. And what you do is, and this is how you get him, the head comes separately, but you can buy this body with this outfit and all the accessories that you see here with an old man head. I was going to dig it out, but all it is an old man version of this face with long hair and white mustache and like goatee. So all you do is you can get that for $15. And listen here, is it the greatest body in the world? No, but it's a good body. It's not going to completely fall apart on you. It's not 40-year-old plastic. So $15. Then you turn around, I think for $4.99, you buy his head. Save the old man head out. Might be able to make you what was the Merlin? You might be able to make a Merlin out of him. So I mean, I thought about doing that. So boom, for roughly $20, you can have a knockoff that's in great condition, smells good. You don't have to do nothing to him except switch the heads, and these heads go on really easy. I mean, it's not something like you got to take a butter knife and give it hell to get it in there. Boom, you put this thing together, $20. And the guys, to have a figure that comes with underclothing, a robe, a crown, a necklace, a belt, pair of shoes, and a sword for $20, that's hard to beat. And it's 90 to 95% looks identical to the vintage version. So think about it here, guys. To get the vintage and it look like this, you're going to spend about $130 first. Okay, let's even knock it down to $120. You save $100, people, and you can take that $100 that you save and put it toward the other four figures. So let's move on, guys. This is just a lesson in simple math. Don't get me wrong. I could probably spend $100 in each one of these, but I don't want to do it because that's not good smart. If you're a toy collector and you want to collect a lot of things, we're all on budgets here. I mean, I work hard. My wife makes good money. I make money at the toys, but still, I don't like throwing away money when I can have something that nice for $100 cheaper. All right, the next one here. We're going to move on here. And if you don't like that and you'd rather be a purist, vintage parts only, good for you. But I hope your bank account's 10 times better than mine, because it's going to make it very difficult. You'll be getting one figure every couple months versus 5 figures in one bam. So this is a vintage Galahad. I actually had him. You can't hardly tell the difference between a vintage Galahad head and body versus a Will Scarlet. I think the hair is slightly different. So this is an actual vintage figure. I got him without any kind of clothes on. So I may even think that this may even be the Will Scarlet head and body. But like I said, it's all the same. This is all vintage. And I went and purchased this helmet, the shoulder things and boots from Classic TV Toys, along with this. I cannot find his sword, but all I did is buy one of the pirate swords and removed, see out there, you see this VTC logo on there. What's up, Sebastian? Hey, dude, I done it just for you, bro. I was hoping you was going to pop on here. And all I did is took the Zorro type swords and took the little guard off. And this will do until I can figure out a better solution for the sword. He looks good on the shelf. But all in all here, I think this part was $5. The helmet was $3. I think the boots were $3 or $4. So, and the shield was another $3 or $4. So bottom line here, I got like $30 other than the body and the head. And Classic TV Toys used to have this head, but they don't anymore. So if you want this head, go to Dr. Mego. Dr. Mego has his head, and you also can find Dr. Mego has this armor here, and he has this shield and everything, and he has these boots. So you can go back and forth. Now, the one thing you will not find on Classic TV Toys is the bodysuit. And I ended up using a Romulan. I mentioned that yesterday. But if everyone remembers on Star Trek, the alien that's got the little weird ears, the Andronian, I think is his name. He has that sparkly suit underneath his costume. You can get that from Dr. Mego. Paul has a great repo version of that. So that is another possibility you can do if you don't have extra one of these. And yeah, these are all really cool. And all these shields are made the same right here. Great graphics. You hardly can tell that. I think the orange on this versus the orange on this is slightly brighter, but if you can't tell them apart until you put them together. So all, like I said, I don't like the Classic TV Toy feathers. Just to kind of give you a quick difference in the feather options versus if you do your own when you get it. I'm going to show you the back of them here. If you want one more prominent that stands up, that's, it's got a little bit more flair to it. But if you like the more subtle, the only thing, they look a little raggy. So I like this version, but that's just a preference thing. So whatever you guys like, if you don't want to mess with it, don't mess with it. So hope you're enjoying this, Sebastian. And now the one thing I will make a huge difference on is, let me just set that thing down because they're not made to flip around. These belts right here. I'm trying to get in there so you can see that. Classic TV Toys makes those, and Dr. Mego. I will say Dr. Mego's are better. The Classic TV toy versions of these are more of a brittle plastic, where Paul's versions is more of a rubbery type plastic. And right off the bat, I had to fix one of mine at Classic TV Toys. So you get what you pay for. If you go a little bit cheaper, you get the version that may break. Spend a couple extra dollars, you get the version that has more. It's almost like a zip tie kind of plastic, in which that's a number. Well, that's a number 2 plastic, guys. Zip ties, medicine bottles, and all that are number 2 plastic. It is this tough as hell plastic. It's made to, you can put it in the oven. You can actually make a lot of stuff by melting that stuff. You got to know what you're doing, but I'm just saying it's all that same kind of plastic. But I'm saying go to Dr. Mego. That's your better version here on where to get that and everything like that. Now, the basic chest plates, they're about the same. So if you're already shopping at Dr. Mego's, you'll save more on shipping and handling if you get more items. That's on both the sites. You kind of run into that. If you're only buying 1 or 2 items, shipping's going to spank you a little bit. But if you're buying a multitude of stuff, that's what I do. I wait once a month. I make an order, sometimes twice a month if I got repos I got to do for people, restorations and stuff. It's best to pile it up and spend you about $50, and then you're getting enough items to make all the shipping. And both sites pretty fair on their shipping and handling. I have to say they're both about the same considering the amount you get and everything. So, like I say, guys, a lot of people wants to be picky, choosy. You only a Mego, straight up Mego fan or not? And like I said, I love Mego. You're not going to find a bigger Mego fan than me. I'm here to support them 200% all the way in any form and shape and fashion I can do it. But sometimes if you need parts, Classic TV Toys has got some good choices. It's no big deal, people. I'm not hurting nobody's feelings, and you're not being against Mego if you buy a couple things from them. It's just some things Classic TV Toys have that Dr. Mego or even Mego that's doing right now or don't have, like Super Friends stuff, and they don't have Super Friends. And, and so they're all in the same genre, and they all look great together. And guys, as collectors, enjoy all of it. And some of it is great deals. Some of it's not. It's like your vintage Mego stuff. Some of it, even though it's vintage, it's fragile as hell. But the cool new Megos that are coming out are amazing. Them bodies are tough as nails, and they're so much better quality bodies that are coming out. See here. Yeah, different countries now. Unfortunately, the overseas shipping, someone like Sebastian would probably need to buy $100 to $200 worth to. I don't know how much it is extra for the shipping and handling there, but if I had to guess, it's probably whatever the normal shipping is. They probably slap on another $40 on top of that. So I don't know what the deal is on how they handle their international shipping, and but I just know I know you guys in UK have this problem. In Australia, God, they got it worse than anybody in the whole world, which is crazy. They're right underneath China. You'd think they can come up with some direct deal instead of going back and forth. They should have the better deal. They're right underneath China, and they can't get this stuff. I don't. They got the worst deal. They should have the best deal versus us. We're twice as far away than they are. Something like that. Yes. Yeah, I figured it was something ridiculous. So, all right. Then your other super night here. We're going to move on, guys. I don't want to make this a crazy long video, but we're in figure number 3. We're almost 15 minutes in. But I just love talking about this stuff. And I know a lot of people, they just tend to be a little negative on this company versus that company. And I think as a collector, I think you should be able to proudly support both and not feel like you're, dishonoring another company. I mean, because, does one company can't do it all. I mean, I hope Mego, and I say Mego's getting ready to hit some Mego's fixing to get back in this kind of race here. I think, guys, in the next year to 2 years, considering what I kind of know what Mego's plans are and going forward with this, they have the opportunity to really go number 1 here in this 8-inch line. I mean, to the point to where when they pass the other contenders, and I'm even talking NECA here, they have a good chance of really, because guys, you getting a better NECA. I know it's the same scale, but it's really two different items here. And I think in the next year or two, you're going to find out that Mego is going to they're finding their stride and they're honing their skills on what choices to make. And then in the next 2 years ago, we're going to get certain lines. And I would love to see these guys come back out. I would love to see the Planet of the Apes. Oh my God, that would just be amazing. Instead of doing Super Pirates, I would love to see them cut a deal with Sony, and I think it's Sony, or no, it's Disney, and do Pirates of the Caribbean. Oh, that would just be, can you imagine a Captain Jack like this? Oh, totally crazy. But this guy, this is Sir Lancelot. We'll get through these things here. Great figure. It's hard to hold his little helmet up, but yeah, he's in here. There he is. This is a vintage Lancelot. The only thing I don't have here, everything I had him, but he did not come with these shoulder pads. So you see here, I took some white plastic and then I sculpted on top of it. But I quit doing it because I know I got another order in classic T. And what only negative thing is, I don't know if y'all can see that, but when I bought it, someone had glued it together. So I cannot take it off this figure without possibly damaging this original part. But like I said, Classic TV Toys has a perfect reproduction of this. So for $5, and I'm just going to replace the little wing things here and probably use the chest piece for another custom. That's probably what I'm going to do. And I'm not, he comes with him and Sir Galahad. They got special swords, and I'm looking at buying them from Dr. Mego. But once again, I did the same thing with him, put the cheap pirate sword, and once I get their swords bought from Dr. Mego, I'm going to repurpose these swords for other things, for pirates. That's good that you can redo these for pirates and so many different things. I even thought about doing from the Princess Bride, the Dread Pirate Roberts. That's a perfect sword to use in that case. But great figure. Like I said, everything's on here vintage except for, I'm trying to remember. Yeah, vintage helmet and everything. Now, I will tell you this, the vintage helmet or Dr. Mego helmet, much bigger opening here in the face versus the classic TV toys. It's a little harder to get on the head, and his opening is not quite as prominent. It actually goes over the nose versus being right at the tip of the nose. So that's a big difference there. But that's honestly, you can get it and probably boil it and fix it and everything. But the Dr. Mego version of this is slightly better. But the chest armor is about the same. So like I said, it just depends on, like I said, I plan my shopping out, and I make, because like I said, they both got great items. But some items might be a little bit more on another place, but there might be better quality. So you got to just do your homework, guys. And now on to the Black Knight here, Sebastian. This is one of my favorite ones, and this is one of the aggravatingest ones to try to put together because he has a very specialized sword. I'm trying to make sure that gets in there here. There we go. Very special sword, very similar to the one from the Lord of the Rings. Can't even remember that guy's name. But anyway, Dr. Mego is the only place to get this sword, this collar, and these shoulder armor things, and this shield. Only place to get it. And I'm here to tell you guys, the quality in these items, simply amazing. Simply amazing. Great quality. And I got the belt there. You can get the belt actually at both places. But that's this, and the helmet is the only thing you can get. Well, and the tunic thing. The classic TV toy tunics, I hadn't found any issues with those yet. So they're probably about the same. But if you want to complete this figure, you'd be better off just to go to Dr. Mego's and you get head to toe, the whole entire thing, head and all. So, like I said, great figure. Like I said, the only thing I got to do left on this guy is paint the little 3D emblem there. You can see the engraving on it. Yeah, it is. It's really cool. I think I can get it off here pretty easy. Show you the head. And then this is a vintage Black Knight head as well. Really cool. And the big difference between the vintage head versus you can get this head from Classic TV Toys as well. But the biggest difference is and this goes along with most Megos versus newer Classic TV Toys. You can look at it like the Captain Kirks. All the older figures have more of a tan versus most new figures don't have that suntan look. That's the biggest difference. So, and I may even, since I took that, I may just display him without the helmet. Because I always thought that was a really cool. I might even get me a Classic TV head and use that head on something else. Because it's just, you don't find too many wavy hair with a big mustache on some of the characters and stuff. Now, this Classic, we started off a little bit with this Ivanhoe. I talked a little bit about him yesterday as well. And I'm actually looking at taking this Ivanhoe head. Because like I said, I mentioned yesterday, this is a Classic TV Toys Ivanhoe head, which is extremely, God, there's almost no difference in this and an original one. And see. Yeah, he looks a lot like Tom Selleck. I have to agree. He's really, he looks more Italian, though. He looks a little bit more Italian. But like I said, this sword, I can't even remember where I got this sword from, but I just thought it kind of went with the core here, so I just left it on there. I'm looking at getting him the Black Knight belt to go in here. I can't remember what kind of belt, or even if he even come with a belt. I can't remember at this point. I don't think he comes with a belt, but I think I'm going to give him one anyway, somewhere down the line and stuff. But the shield, this is all this is Classic TV Toys. Did not, let's see. No, this is the original one, I think. Yeah, this is original, but this is Classic TV Toys, because I brought this for one of my characters that I'm doing for that Flash Gordon kind of series and stuff. But like I said, it does great. Very good, very great helmet, and the shield comes down. But I'm also looking at taking that same face. To me, he looks a little bit like Tony Stark, and I'm looking at doing an Iron Man, the silver chunky one of all the, the one he built by himself, and him and that guy built in that cave at the very first of the movie. So that's what I'm looking at doing with it and everything. But like I said, this is probably my favorite one. And like I said, and I'm looking at, like I said, I'm going to do an armored up. I thought about getting the same kind of armor for my King Arthur, but said if I was going to do more of a chrome spray paint on everything on him, and maybe even build him some thigh pads and everything, and give King Arthur a more elaborate look so he can be armored up as well, but yet stand out from the crowd. So it'll be kind of like the Black Knight. The Black Knight really stands out, and really I don't know why they went with the white on Sir Lancelot, but they did. Like I said, he kind of sticks out a little bit. See here. Yeah. Yes, that's the whole set. There's only 5 figures. You got Ivanhoe, the Black Knight, King Arthur. Then you got Sir Lancelot, and his face sculpt looks a lot like the character in the Excalibur movie. I will try to take this off here. Yeah, I thought this one come off pretty easy. But if you look at his face, other than the hair color, the sculpt on his face looks a lot like the character in the Excalibur movie. They probably did a hair color change just so they can get away with the face likeness, but by changing the hair, that does that whole 20% change there. But great head sculpt, and you can do it now. Classic TV Toys has a repo version of that as well. That's already pre-painted and looks quite nice. I think the hair color is slightly different, if I'm not mistaken. But unfortunately, the Galahad head sculpt is no longer available, but Dr. Mego has it. And this head sculpt, I tell you this too, guys, if you want like a generic Harrison Ford, Indiana Jones look, this is the perfect head for that. So go over to Dr. Mego and check that out. He's got great, he's still got that head right there. If I'm not mistaken, all the head sculpts are available at Dr. Mego's, and I think only 1, 2, 3 or 4 is only available at Classic TV Toys. So, but like I said, but between the two guys, you can complete this whole line in roughly about $150, somewhere around there, versus spending a good $100 a piece. I left up in the Ivanhoe. Let's see which two. Yes, the Ivanhoe and this guy I paid $40 for. But it ended up, like I said, the Ivanhoe head, it was a Robin Hood head. But still, that's what I paid for those two. And then I bought the accessories. And then I already had the Will Scarlet body, which is the same as Galahad. And then now that I'm thinking about it, the Black Knight I hear is a total repo from head to toe. Now that I think of it, I thought this was a vintage head, but I think this is, and that's another thing. What I'm telling you, that the repo head looks that much like it. I mean, you can't hardly tell a difference. And like I said, it's a great head. Easy goes on. Like I said, you can go to Dr. Mego's and make this whole entire figure for under $50, guys. So I mean. So really, if you went from scratch, nothing, and you just bought all the body parts, everything repo, you'll probably spend $250 for the whole entire thing. But they'll be all newer parts, strong parts, good quality parts. They may not be vintage, but they're great quality. And that's the biggest thing I want to push your guys is versus spending $100 a piece. So you're looking at spending $500 for vintage, probably going to have a lot of issues with the parts, versus $250, no issues, no painting, no nothing. You're good and ready to go. So do your math. If you want to invest $500 on these, go for it. But then you got to go on a bigger hunt versus 20, 30 minutes on two different sites, and you'll spend about $250. You can have all 5 figures. So think about it, guys. So I mean, that's where you're at, and this is just a helpful hint. Try to help you other collectors on, and like I said, and Dr. Mego is a great place to go to. Classic TV toys on a few items is also good to go. Use both. Support both, guys. Don't be haters on anybody, because I'm here to tell you. Mego Corp takes a lot of crap, and I think any of us fans who gives them crap on anything is shame on yourselves. I mean, these companies, Mego didn't have to come back. Bottom line, they had every excuse in the world not to make a comeback, but yet Paul and a few other people got together and brought Mego from out of the grave to boom. My wall is as peppered. I mean, look back there. That whole bottom shelf right there is nothing but new Mego stuff. The top shelf's got a bunch of new stuff. Back there, let's see, I'm get my finger going the right way. Back there lined up against the wall. The reason I have these amazing things is people like Paul and Mego got together and just come back out of the grave. And was it easy? No. Have they had some rocky past? Of course. But guess what? They have survived all this. They survived COVID. They still got their figures out, and that Wave 8 looks amazing. Wave 9 is looking better. Wave 10 is looking better than that. And guess what, guys? Time we get to Wave 12, they're going to blow our minds. I'm here to tell you guys, keep a watch out on them. Mego is fixing to go big. And I am totally excited because this is the most fun I've had in toy collecting in ages, because Motu gets on my nerves a lot, and Star Wars is just... That's my opinion on Star Wars right now. Is this other than the snow speeder I just got in my hand, and I'll do a review probably tomorrow on that, guys. So see here, Jordell, is that the whole set yet? Should definitely go do yes, the Merlin. Like I said, if you go to Classic TV Toys, Jordell, you can buy this whole entire body with the old man head and buy that. That way, boom, you can do you a custom Merlin, and you can think there's a black robe in there you can find. So that's easily done. So boom, you can do both of these. I mean, under $30, you're good to go, man. And there's other cool stuff you can do there. So I definitely do that, because I'm looking at making me a Merlin out of the other guy too as well. So, but guys, like I said, we're looking at right at 30 minutes here. A perfect place to stop. I hope you guys enjoy this. Please share to people. Getting close to 1,000. I need your guys' help. You guys have been loyal, great fans. Greatly appreciate it. You guys make this so much fun. And guys, if I get time later today or this evening, I'm going to do another video, but definitely a couple of new ones tomorrow. Catch you guys later.